Primetime News. I am Teresa Adeyemi. The federal government has pledged to invest in education, healthcare and employment opportunities for Nigerian youth. The Minister of Youth Development, Dr. Jamila Baw Ibrahim, disclosed this during the Africa and National Youth Day celebration held on Tuesday in Abuja. The event, organized by the Federal Ministry of Youth Development in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, served as a platform to recognize and celebrate the invaluable contributions of the youth to national development. The minister, while emphasizing the importance of the youth in shaping Nigeria's future, declared that they are not merely the leaders of tomorrow, but also the leaders of today whose ideas have the potential to transform communities, nations, and the continent. The Senate has summoned the Nigerian Post Authority to appear before its Committee on Account for proper investigation and Auditor General for the Federation's annual report. The Senate Committee Chairman on Finance, Senator Wadada, issued a summon while addressing the press after the committee meeting in Abuja. Senator Wadada was stating that the committee was compelled to speak on Nigerian port authorities, said there were issues around Lagos Channel management, Bonny Channel management, and of course Calabar Channel management, and on these issues the committee had respectfully written the Nigerian Post Authority management. Some of the communications were responded to and some are yet to be responded to today. He added that there are also issues of outstanding estate, rent, shipping, due service bills and water view over almost $68 million. The status of loan outstanding capitals or debt are all part of the issues to be answered by Nigerian Post Authority.
77 cents. This is, and of course, 1,878,560,000. 509,057 kobo. There is also the issue of outstanding estate rent, shipping due, service boats and water view over almost $68 million. The status of long outstanding debtors or debts are all part of the issues to be answered by Nigerian Ports Authority. This is not even to talk about
the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has advocated for increased budgetary allocation to intensify its fight against corruption in Nigeria. The agency noted that this will enable enhancement of its operations and effectively tackle the pervasive issue of corruption in the country. Chairman of the Anti-Graft, Ola Olukoyede, stated this on Tuesday during a budget defense at the House of Representatives. He said the EFCC has been facing numerous challenges in carrying out its mandate due to limited resources, as the agency's current budgetary allocation is not commensurate with the scale and complexity of corruption cases it deals with on a daily basis. House of Representative correspondent Linda Ike reports that the chairman of the House Committee on Financial Crimes, Honorable Ginger Obina, noted that it is the responsibility of the committee to carry out oversight functions to identify and address any loophole in the agency.
You have completed all the ongoing projects. Why the 60% reduction from what we had in 2023 to what we are having in 2024? I want to know if all the ongoing projects are already completed. I want to know the reason why this reduction. If you look at it, in 2023, you have 2,530,707,086.00. Now in 2024, you have 1,241,237,267.
We are going to work in collaboration with the committee. The job of the committee is to oversight the implementation of this budget as well. Step by step, point by point, monthly basis, quarterly basis, we have put mechanism in place to ensure that if we give you the opportunity to have your approval for our total proposal, we also want to confirm that it will be implemented to the last couple. Provided we have full releases for the money we are proposing, for the budget we are proposing. And the issue of non-release of capital in 2023, I said earlier that the few capital projects that we implemented in 2023, which we are still implementing, they were not executed out of the release that was given us under the 20.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has expressed satisfaction on the level of ongoing construction works on the Okpebi-Ojota Link Bridge at Odo-Iyalaro area of the state. The governor who said this when he led cabinet members to embark on an inspection tour of the ongoing construction works on the Okpebi-Ojota Link Bridge expressed confidence that the project would be completed by the second quarter of next year. He said work on the Okpebi-Ojota Link Bridge was 60 to 65% completed, however noted that there was still a lot of work to be done, issues to be resolved and infrastructure to put in place on the project which has pedestrian walkway and cycling lane. Sanwo-Olu noted that when completed, the Okpebi-Ojota Link Bridge would not only provide alternative route as well as ease traffic congestion in the axis, but would bring about economic development to the state, adding that a tour of the regional road would so be embarked on.
An economic development, we're changing the face of traffic management, we're changing the face of commuting in Lagos, and we're changing the face of access to modern infrastructure, roads, and development. Between 60 and 65%, about 60-65%. And by the time you had materials on site and all the rest of it, it can be getting further down 60-something, closer to 70%. But there's still a lot of work to be done. But the major heavy lifting, which is the major bridge component, have all been completed. So it's really a deck compile on all of the slip roads around, that will come, and that will take you to either, Maryland, that will take you to Ojota, that will take you to Okpebi, and they're also doing a lot of road improvements on the Okpebi, main day road and bridge, so that it will free the entire traffic, all around this corridor. And the entire good people of the Ikeja constituency, thank you, because this is not a project for Ikeja constituency 1, it's a project for Ikeja constituency 1 and 2, and all other connecting areas within Lagos State. And we thank you that then you said you were not going to forget Ikeja, and you have proven today that you have not forgotten Ikeja. So far, so good. We thank you for this work so far, and we know that by the time it is complete, it is going to be a state-of-the-art like this.
Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on Tuesday presented a total budget proposal of 434,221,765,938 naira 79 kobo for the 2024 fiscal year to the State House of Assembly. According to the governor, the budget is titled Budget of Economic Recovery. Makinde, while making the budget presentation at the plenary sitting of the State Assembly, said the proposal reflects the wishes and aspirations of the state. Of the total budget proposal, the governor earmarked a total sum of 222.3 billion naira for capital expenditure, while a total sum of 218.8 billion naira is for recurrent expenditure. Mitv correspondent Kevin Awoke reports that the governor was calling on the Assembly to give the budget accelerated hearing and passage for the benefit of the people of Oyo State. Further stated that budget is an opportunity for the administration to show responsiveness to current economic reality following the removal of fuel subsidy. In a speech, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, promised accelerated but thorough hearing of the budget proposal to ensure that the executive does not encounter legal impediment in the performance of its functions for the development of the state.
Of the 2024 budget of economic recovery reviews the key sectoral composition as follows. Education, 90,654,949,252 naira and 68 kobo, which is 20.88% of the total budget. That's what we have for education. Infrastructure, 74,316,325,706 naira and 80 kobo, which is 17. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House, this breakdown shows that our administration is once again prioritizing our education sector. When we assumed office in 2019, the huge deficit in this sector showed that we will require 70 billion naira to offset it. This called for innovative steps to save our schools and children's future.
In particular, and to also ensure that the executive arm of government encounters no legal impediments in the performance of its functions for the overall welfare and well-being of the state and its residents. May I use this occasion once again to commend our governor for the steps taken to rebuild the state under Mitv 2.0, which has encapsulated in the state's strategic plan tagged Sustainable Action for Economic Recovery, the SAFA. The vision is to put the state on the pedestal of social economic growth and development and eradicate poverty. The year 2024 budget proposal of 434,221,765,938 naira 79 kobo. It tagged Oyo State's budget for economic recovery with sectorial analysis to address more infrastructure development, health, education, security, and agricultural developments through agribusiness initiative. The nearly completed agribusiness.
The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has called for an active collaboration between the government and market participants to enhance market growth and facilitate economic development. The Director General of SEC, Lamido Yuguda, made the call while addressing journalists at the 2023 Conference of the Capital Market Correspondent Association of Nigeria, (CAMCAN), in Lagos. The SEC Director General, who was represented by the Executive Commission Operations, Dayo Biso, said achieving the objective necessitates an increased utilization of market mechanisms and instruments to raise funds and stimulate economic advancement. In his remarks, our Professor of Finance and Capital Markets, Uche Uwaleke, said for the nation's economy to grow steadily at 16% per annum over the next 6 years to attain $1 trillion economy by 2030, there is need for government to unlock the huge potentials of long-term financing inherent in the capital market, as well as ensure that borrowings are tied to infrastructure bonds. Earlier, the chairman of CAMCAN, Chinyere Joel Umwokeoma, said the forum had consistently served as an avenue for regulators, operators, and company executives to brainstorm on issues that affect the market and economy.
Issuing green and sustainability bonds to support sustainable projects, bolstering small and medium enterprises, championing financial inclusion initiatives, refining the regulatory framework, conducting comprehensive investor education and awareness campaigns, nurturing innovation in financial instruments, implementing robust monitoring and evaluation mechanisms, and actively seeking international collaboration. By adopting these strategic approaches, the government and market participants can create a dynamic capital market that attracts a diverse investment, fuel economic growth, and contribute significantly to national development goals.
When you have more participation, okay, what happens really you are also likely to have increased revenue. Because one thing is to note is that the meant to come more transparent, the inclination or tendency or activation because the things are open. So easily can know what has to compete.
So between the FNDQ and NGX, and that's good for debt and equity.
right? Long-term debt and equity are both on the long end, right? That's where a lot of work needs to be done to provide a lot more incentives for the corporate, the private sector, and on the government side to ensure that the enabling environment is there for those corporates and even investors for the long term.
Leveraging capital market in financing the National Development Plan. The annual workshop is a part of our contributions to the development and growth of the nation's economy by bringing regulators, operators, and company executives to discuss economic issues that affect the market in particular and the economy in general.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, is challenging Nigerian youth to seize opportunities amidst adversity to build and acquire new skills that will make them self-reliant. While speaking at the LCCI 10th Entrepreneurship Mentoring Program, the president of LCCI, Michael Olawale Cole, noted that Nigeria is struggling with a lot of difficulties, including tough financing conditions, high inflation, weak currency, declining household purchasing power, debt burden concerns, high and rising unemployment and poverty levels. Michael stated that despite these challenges, there are numerous opportunities for businesses and individuals as they urged the new entrepreneurs to always serve as role models for other youth. The Vice President, LCCI, Mojisola Bakari, cautioned the youth against succumbing to the Jaqua syndrome as she encouraged them to recognize the plethora of opportunities within Nigeria. She encouraged the youth to use their technical knowledge to help build strong and resilient communities and contribute to the sustainable development of Nigeria.
An effort by SCCI to reduce unemployment. What we are doing is also an attempt by us, or effort by us to reduce unemployment in Nigeria by getting our young people who otherwise were either unemployed or underemployed. We now get them through this program, and they now become entrepreneurs. So we want to encourage more Nigerians, to help the younger ones, because the more we have in our nation in the area of unemployment, the riskier for our nation.
To help enhance our young entrepreneurs and to give them that enabling environment and impact for them to be able to develop professionally and personally. I'm happy today, and part of the charge that I've given the graduates today is the fact that there's a lot to be achieved in Nigeria. They should also take advantage of the mentoring that they have been able to gain from this program to develop themselves personally and to develop their businesses.
The ECOWAS Federation of Business Women Entrepreneurs, FEBWE, in Nigeria is called the women community to always strive and contributing their quota to the economic growth on the country and the continent at large. National President of FEBWE Nigeria, Princess Omotala Omole, will lead other captains of industries of the Tribute 9 to pay homage to the late Iyalode Oluwaseun Alaba Lawson for acknowledging her as an outstanding and unwavering leader. Said Alaba Lawson has left a great legacy behind for ECOWAS businesswomen to build upon. The Commissioner for Women Affairs of Ogun State, Adijat Adeleye, who underscored late Alaba Lawson's commitment and humility, implored the businesswomen to sustain a legacy, urging them to reflect on her actions. The president of Bomara Foundation, Ajia Bola Muse, affirmed a steadfast commitment to honoring the lasting legacy of the late individual as she emphasized the strong dedication to preserving her memory through heartfelt remembrance.
She fought protocols, she fought stereotypes, and she was able to put the woman out there, occupying a lot of positions at first female in this, first female to become this. It's a big loss for us in the States. It's so painful, but then we are celebrating her for a life well spent. The little she did with us, she has taught us so much, and those memories will continue to guide us in moving forward. She has put things in place. Our death will keep the organization to grow. But you see, this is what happens to most women.
When they died, the organization will die with them, because it will take another 10 or 20 years for somebody else to grow, to be able to, everything that has to do with Fairway, she rounded up. She put things in place. We didn't know she was dying. But that is, all women should learn to carry other women along. That is the advice I have for women.
We will live on her legacy. We will not stop where she stopped. We will continue to advocate. We will continue to fight for the cause of women folks in the industry. We will continue to immortalize her and make sure that all her legacy did not go in vain. All her work, whatever she believes in, whatever she fought for, we must make sure that we let it prevail.
And that's all we have for you tonight from the local scene. A quick break will do. When we come back, we'll bring you a report from the foreign scene. Please stay tuned. This is MITV Primetime News. Now to foreign stories. A Lebanese soldier has been killed in Israeli shelling on a military post near the country's southern border. Lebanon Army said the first such death since cross-border hostilities began in October. 3 others were wounded, according to an army statement, on Tuesday after the attack on the frontier post on a Welder Hill. The attack marked the fourth time that a member of Lebanon's armed forces has been killed since the current round of fighting between Israel and the Palestinian group Hamas in Gaza started on October 7. Since then, Israel and armed groups in southern Lebanon, some 200 kilometers equivalent to 124 miles from the Gaza Strip, particularly the powerful Iran-backed Hezbollah, have engaged in back-and-forth exchanges across the border that have killed more than 100 people, about 80 of them Hezbollah fighters. Since Friday, when a truce collapse between Hamas and Israel collapsed, Israel forces and Hezbollah have exchanged fire across the Israel-Lebanon border on a daily basis. At least 7 people, including 4 children, were injured when a roadside bomb went off in Peshawar city in Pakistan northwestern province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa on Tuesday morning. Rescue officials observed the incident took place opposite a school on a major thoroughfare in the morning when an improvised explosive device went off in the middle of the road. Peshawar police cordoned off the area to continue their investigation while the injured were shifted to Lady Reading Hospital. The police in a statement added that it is too early to determine who the target was. An 8-year-old child was seriously injured while the others were in a stable condition, officials said. The 4 children are all of school-going age but were not in uniform, Ashim Kam, a spokesperson for the hospital, told a news outlet. They are all kept in the hospital for further monitoring. The youngest of the injured children is 6, the others are 14 and 17 years old. The attack comes amid a surge of violence in Pakistan, particularly in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the southwestern province of Balochistan, both of which neighbor Afghanistan. And up next is sport-related stories. Please stay with us. You are still watching MITV Primetime News. Now talking sport, a bullish Pep Guardiola says he believes Manchester City will win a record 4th consecutive Premier League title despite a 3-match winless run. The defending champions have drawn their past 3 league games against Chelsea, Liverpool and Tottenham and are 3 points behind leaders Arsenal ahead of Wednesday match at Aston Villa. City have been unusually leaky in defense, conceding 8 goals over those 3 matches as they prepare for a tough test against Unai Emery's men who have won their past 13 home league games in a row. Guardiola admitted the last season's treble winners need tighten up at the back, but said they were still not losing many games. The City Bowl said despite the stumbles, it was confident his men were on track to become the first team in English top flight history to win 4 league titles in a row. Still talking sport on the fire, Eric Ten Hag is confident he retains the backing of Manchester United players after the club were angered by report he had lost Sam of the dressing room. The Dutchman challenger's second campaign in charge continued on Saturday when his team fell to a meek 1-0 defeat at Newcastle. 10th defeat of the season in all competitions led to some report that Ten Hag had lost the confidence of up to half of his players, with references to concerns over his style, tactics and signings. As a result, the club banned 4 media outlets shortly before Tuesday's press conference to preview the midweek Premier League clash against Chelsea. Meanwhile, Sheffield United on Tuesday reappointed Chris Wilder as manager after sacking Paul Heckingbottom following a miserable start to the Premier League season. CEO Stephen Betty said the club bottom of the table needed a boost in their battle for survival. Heckingbottom is the first manager to be fired this season in the English top flight after 11 defeats in 14 league games, leaving them 4 points from safety. Bettis praised Heckingbottom's professionalism and dedication in a club statement. And that's it on the news tonight. Many thanks for watching. My name is Teresa Ateyemi. Do have a great night. Good night.